Welcome back to Odyssey News. I am Mike Odyssey, and today is all about Tears of the Kingdom and some information that I received firsthand from a source that I cannot mention because I need to protect this person no matter what. They're too valuable. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys everything that I learned. Basically, we're going to go over the trailer, and I asked this person to explain to me what this trailer really meant and if there's something that I need to know more. And you guys are going to be amazed and shocked at what I learned from this trailer, but it has to do with more information, new information. You can call this a leak and you can call this a rumor, both at the same time. Let's get into this amazing and exciting information of Tears of the Kingdom.
Welcome to the Odyssey. Hit the like, press play. You're running with the squad like Xenoblade. Drive like Mario, we on a...
All right, so a new trailer was just announced for Tears of the Kingdom in the past Nintendo Direct, along with other information leaked around the world, like in the Japan website and little images here and there. And well, I am not the best person to go to when it comes to Zelda information. I'm not a guru. I'm not into the Zelda lore, although I am a fan of the franchise. Ever since Breath of the Wild took my breath away, of course. And it just, I'm growing closer and closer to it. So, of course, I spoke to a friend of mine who has close connections to, not going to say, and I wanted to get some clarification on the latest trailer for Tears of the Kingdom. And what I got, I think, might surprise you, and this is the information that I received. I'm gonna go ahead and start with there is a dragon on the bridge, basically the three-headed dragon on the bridge, and of course, for those of you who are used to the Zelda games, you probably already know what this is, and it's called the Gleeok. Its first appearance was made at Zelda NES, the very first Legend of Zelda game from the Nintendo Entertainment System. The information I received from this Gleeok, first thing, the one we see here in the trailer is a fire Gleeok, okay? But the information I received is that this Gleeok is not alone, that just like we have a fire Gleeok, we will also have a thunder one. We will have one that's kind of filled with malice, and then we'll also have a one with ice. So, and then of course other regular different ones around the world, but yeah, this is not the only Gleeok we'll see here in the game. Yes, we'll have different types of Gleeoks, and they'll all have elemental differences, basically, like fire, ice, thunder, malice, and other ones like that. All right, so basically that's the first thing I found out about the game through a friend of mine. The second thing is the blue flames that we used to carry on to turn on basically the ancient labs and stuff like that. That flame is gone. They are relying now on a different type of technology, and basically that's the other information about that. Next piece of information has to do with the little spirals, the little green spirals that you see all around Hyrule. If you look at the map, you'll see them, that they're everywhere, including the dungeon. There's one right there in the dungeon, that little green spiral. Apparently, this is a different type of teleportation system that is all over the map where Link can teleport. I think it'll basically, you would have to unlock them in order to teleport to that location. So those little spirals are some type of teleportation. Moving on to the next thing that I was told. All right, there will be a time jump in Breath of the Wild. So basically from Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom, some time passed, basically. We don't know how long. Could be years, could be 10, 20 years. We don't know. I know that things are different. Some areas were repaired before Ganon issued the big command, which could be at the beginning of the game, to destroy the entire Hyrule area. But yeah, there's been some type of time jump. That explains Zelda's appearance. Her hair is shorter. She looks more mature. Link also looks a little different. His hair is way longer than it used to be. So yeah, that could tell you that there was a time jump between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. The third thing that I was told with this, and again, I just like I told you in the beginning, I'm not a Zelda lore kind of person. I just want to share the information so for you Zelda fans who know more than I do, you guys can interpret this. You guys can give me your opinions down below in the comments and tell me what this means to you. But the bokoblins, right? Bokoblins are the little enemies that we saw in Breath of the Wild. We saw, I know that in hard mode we see these really tough ones with a different design on them, and then we also have these weaker ones, right? So the bokoblins in Tears of the Kingdom, we have different types of them, and not only that, but they have some type of weapon or some type of spear on their heads, and each of them carry a different one. One will have like a sword with some type of teeth on them. One will have like looks like a trident, and then that lizard-looking animal has like a longer spear in his head. This will be used to craft new weapons. When you defeat these, they will drop them, and you can use them as weapons all by themselves, or you can actually use them to craft weapons, letting us know that yes, we will be able to craft weapons. The weapons will still be breakable, but you can still craft them. And I'm not sure if you will be able to fix them. Hopefully you can. I don't know that information, but yeah, if you look at the trailer, you can see the bokoblins and you see their heads. They do have some of them have kind of like a sword sticking out of them, and some of them do have like tridents kind of sticking out of their heads. And there will be other animals or other monsters just like that with little things, sticking out of their heads. New type of weapons spotted. Like there's an arrow that you shoot at an enemy, but when you attach a certain eye, so an eye, you shoot it, and that will follow the enemy wherever that if you shoot an arrow with the eye attached to it, then that arrow will actually aim automatically and hit whatever beast you were aiming at, so you will not miss. All right, time out. All right, editor Mike here. I'm just editing the video, and I forgot to include one big piece of information, and it's that custom arrows. Yes, you can customize arrows, and yeah, I guess you can customize arrows with animal parts like those eyes. You can take an eye, take an arrow, put them together, and when you shoot that eye with the arrow, then the arrow gets the ability to be one of those arrows that track the whatever target and then just hits it. So that's a small piece of information I thought you guys should know. Yeah, trackable arrows, customizable arrows. I don't know what else you can customize it with, but we'll find out more later on. So far, there's one way you can see in a trailer where Link shoots an arrow with an eye attached to it, and it goes directly toward the enemy. That's just one of them. So yeah, back to the video. So it's a weird one, but yeah, you can see it in the trailer. It's like a ball that Link is shooting. That thing is an eye. It's an actual eye that looks to the side and everything. It's pretty creepy. But yeah, Link is shooting an eye that can actually fire and follow the enemy, and then when it hits the enemy, it'll explode. So yeah, that's another one here. There's another weapon called a hand cannon, which is it's like a sword or a spear that at the end has like a cannon. Link shoots some type of power source out of it. And it also explodes. Let's see here. I'm looking through my information here. Ability upgrades. Okay, now these abilities, they either are replacements or they are basically the upgrade version of what the abilities from the champions were in Breath of the Wild. For example, I only have a couple of them here. One of them has to do with the stasis, the time stop one. Once you upgrade the stasis, then you'll be able to reverse time. I think we saw this in one of the trailers. Rivali's Gale, that power that came from Rivali's Gale, that ascend power that Link has in Breath of the Wild, that power, I'm not sure if it still comes from Rivali's Gale, although Rivali will still be part of the game, but the upgraded version is one that shoots you up and actually makes you go through solid objects on specific location, just like we've seen in trailers. So that's part of one of the abilities. The other one has to do with magnetic. So the magnetic power that you have. Also, then this is from the Sheikah Slate power, not the champions. But when you do upgrade that magnetic power, then you're able to rotate items as well. So that rotating power with the magnetic field or whatever that you kind of use to move items, that will be used to solve a lot of the puzzles in the sky. So that's one of them. Now, this is the last part of the information I received. Whatever is replacing the shrines, the majority will be in the sky and will be more like traditional dungeons. It will have more of a traditional dungeon feel with those puzzles, and the majority of them will contain boss fights at the end. So what this means is that the majority of what is replacing the shrines, or the majority of the dungeons, right? Because basically, I think it was confirmed that the shrines were supposed to be the dungeon replacement. But anyway, what is replacing the shrines, which are the dungeon, will be more of a traditional dungeon, will be up in the sky. And not only will, like in Breath of the Wild, when you defeat a shrine, then you go up to the Sheikah and get that little pearl. It's not gonna be like that. Some of them are you're gonna have to fight some type of battle and win the battle in order to obtain whatever you're there to get, whether it's a tier or something that you need to proceed in the game. The giant block golem that you can see in the Tears of the Kingdom trailer is one of the bosses that you have to fight in that specific shrine / dungeon. So what I took away from this is that, yes, we are going back to a sort of more traditional type of dungeon, not exactly the same, but it'll have the feel of a more traditional dungeon, and with boss fights, right? Not all of them will have boss fights, because you know how Breath of the Wild, we have the ones that have the trials outside of the dungeon or outside of the shrine, where going into the actual shrine is the actual challenge. Then we'll have some of that as well in the game. But for those, you have to go in. It'll be more traditional. In other words, it'll be more traditional. So again, guys, I'm not a Zelda. I'm not a Zelda lore guy. I'm learning now because I fell in love with the franchise recently with Breath of the Wild. Right, I've already played Breath of the Wild once, 100%, the entire game. Now I'm playing through it again in master mode, just to get myself ready for Tears of the Kingdom. I am just as excited as everyone is for this game to come out. I'm super hyped for it, and I received this information. I wanted to share it with all of you, and consider it a rumor for now until the game comes out, because the only way we'll know that all of this information is true is that we experience it ourselves once the game comes out. All right, guys, so I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any questions for me, go ahead, leave it down below in the comments, and I'll try to explain to you or give you the answer to the best of my abilities. If I ever get more information from here to then, I will let you guys know. And I recommend my buddy Nintendo Prime when it comes to also Zelda information, because he's great. He's very knowledgeable. Also, Andre Restart, my other buddy, in his channel, he is also great and has a lot of information and theories when it comes to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And this is all I have. I have this information to provide for you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, that's it for this entire video. But before I let you go, I would love for you to know two very important things. Number one, never ever give up. And number two, journey on. Peace.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without what's been hard. holding us back.